Your person is experiencing a powerful and overwhelming wave of emotional energy, longing for you in ways they may not even fully understand. Their higher self is constantly reaching out, trying to connect with you on a spiritual level, even if their physical self remains distant. You may have noticed an extreme amount of pain, heaviness, or an unusual sensation in your heart chakra. This is because your person is energetically pulling on you, feeling the absence of your presence in their life more intensely than ever before. Their soul recognizes the bond you share, and no matter how much time or space separates you, that connection remains unbreakable. To them, you are truly unforgettable. They have never encountered a soul connection like the one they share with you. It is something rare, something divine, something that feels as though it was written in the stars long before either of you came into this lifetime. They have searched for you in others, hoping to find even the smallest piece of what they felt with you. But no one compares. No one carries the same light, the same purity, or the same magnetic energy that draws them in. Your presence is not just special, it is irreplaceable. Your energy is unlike anything they have ever known. It is pure, radiant, and deeply connected to the source of all things. This is why they find themselves gravitating back towards you, even when they try to resist. No matter how far they stray or how much they attempt to distract themselves, they are always led back to the thought of you. The bond you share is not merely physical or emotional, it is a deep spiritual tether that cannot be severed. Recently, they have been feeling lost, lonely, and out of place. There is an emptiness within them that they cannot seem to fill, no matter how hard they try. They look around and feel as though something is missing, but they struggle to fully understand why. The truth is, it is because your energy is no longer actively reaching out to them. You are no longer chasing them, either in the physical world nor energetically. You have shifted your focus inward, choosing to prioritize yourself, your healing, and your personal growth. And now, they feel the void your absence has left behind. For so long, they may have taken your presence for granted, believing that you would always be there, waiting for them, holding space for them. But now, as they feel your energy withdrawing, they are beginning to understand what they have lost. They have started to see that the love and devotion you once offered so freely was a rare and precious gift, one that they may never find again. You are everything they have ever wanted, but they could not choose you before. Their lack of confidence, their deep-rooted fears, and their self-doubt held them back. They may have convinced themselves that they were not worthy of the love you gave, or that they were not ready to receive it. Perhaps they were afraid of the intensity of the connection, unsure of how to handle something so real and profound. Instead of facing their emotions, they ran. They ghosted you, distanced themselves, or pushed you away, believing it would be easier to avoid the connection than to embrace it. But now, the weight of their choices is catching up to them. The thought of ghosting you haunts them. They replay the moments they let you down, the times they ignored their heart's true desires, and the opportunities they let slip away. They wonder what might have been if they had chosen differently. Regret lingers in their mind, and the realization that they may have lost you for good is a painful one. Yet, despite their fears and uncertainty, they want to make things right. Their soul is urging them to step up, to face the truth of what they feel, and to take responsibility for their actions. They know they cannot change the past, but they hope that there is still a chance to heal what has been broken. They want to come forward, to express what has been left unsaid, and to reconnect with you in a way that is honest and real. However, the path forward is not simple. They must first confront their own inner struggles, the fears, doubts, and insecurities that have held them back for so long. They must learn to trust in the connection rather than run from it. they must choose to break free from the cycles of avoidance and embrace the love they have always known deep down was meant for them. As for you, this journey is not just about them, it is about you, too. You have grown, evolved, and stepped into your power. You have learned to love yourself in ways you never did before. Whether they choose to come forward or not, you have already won. You have reclaimed your energy, your peace, and your sense of self-worth. No matter what happens, know this: the love you gave was real. The connection you share is undeniable. And whether in this lifetime or another, souls like yours always find their way back to each other. Things became stagnant in our connection because I was not contributing as much as you were. You fearlessly put in all the effort to make things grow, while I let my own fears and insecurities hold me back. Instead of reciprocating your love, support, and dedication, I allowed my doubts and inner struggles to cloud my judgment. I kept myself trapped in hesitation, failing to match the energy you were putting into us. I see now how much you fought for this bond, how much you sacrificed just to keep it alive, but I was too blind and too selfish to acknowledge it at the time. I have seen everything you went through, the hardships and struggles that life threw your way. You carried burdens that would have broken many, but you never complained. You always believed that nothing worth having comes easy, and so you kept pushing forward even when the road was tough. But I, in my ignorance, did not value your sacrifices. Instead of appreciating all that you did, I took it for granted. I was so caught up in my own fears and insecurities that I failed to recognize the depth of your love and devotion. I should have stood by you, should have reassured you that you weren't alone in this, but I failed miserably. I was a fool for not opening up about my feelings. I bottled up everything inside, thinking that silence was safer, that vulnerability was a weakness. But in doing so, I only created distance between us. You, on the other hand, played every role. You took action for me, took charge of our connection, and gave so much of yourself while I simply took and enjoyed it without giving much in return. I was comfortable because I knew you were there, always giving, always trying. But love is not meant to be one-sided. It is not meant to be carried by only one person while the other just reaps the benefits. I now see how unfair I was to you. I feel so embarrassed for being so weak. As a man, I should have been strong, a pillar of support for you, someone you could lean on. Yet, as a woman, you never backed down, even when I had nothing. You stood by me with unwavering loyalty, even when circumstances were not in our favor. But when you were emotionally broken, when you needed me the most, I failed you. I acted selfishly, thinking only of my own pain and struggles, without realizing that you were carrying your own battles. I should have been there for you, holding you up the way you did for me. Instead, I let you down. I abandoned you emotionally at a time when you deserved love, understanding, and unwavering support. I am truly sorry for everything. Sorry for letting you down, for betraying the trust you placed in me, and for taking your love for granted. I allowed my ego and fears to consume me, to dictate my actions, and in the process, I lost not only you but also my inner peace and happiness. I thought I was protecting myself by keeping my guard up, by refusing to be vulnerable, but all I did was push away the person who cared for me the most. And now, as I sit with the weight of my regrets, I realize that I was the one who destroyed something truly beautiful. Our friendship was one of the most precious gifts the divine had given me. You were more than just a lover, more than just a companion, you were a blessing, a rare soul who loved selflessly and gave wholeheartedly. But I never realized its importance until I lost it. I never understood the depth of what we had until it was gone. And now, no matter how much I wish to turn back time, to undo my mistakes, I know that some things cannot be reversed. I miss you. I miss everything about you, your kindness, your patience, your strength. I miss the way you looked at me, the way you always found a way to make things work, no matter how hard it got. I miss the love we shared, the connection that once felt unbreakable. But more than anything, I miss the person I was when I was with you, because you brought out the best in me. You made me want to be better, but I failed to act when it mattered the most. If I could go back, I would do things differently. I would love you the way you deserved, without hesitation, without fear. I would stand beside you as your equal, as your partner in every sense of the word. But I know that words are not enough. Apologies cannot erase the past, and regrets cannot change what has already been done. Still, I want you to know that I see my mistakes now, that I acknowledge the pain I caused, and that I am truly, deeply sorry. Even if we are no longer together, even if our paths never cross again the way they once did, I will always cherish what we had. You will always hold a special place in my heart. And no matter where life takes us, I hope that you find the love and happiness you so selflessly gave to me. I hope that someone sees your worth the way I should have. And if nothing else, I hope that someday you can forgive me. I miss you, love. Your partner is feeling emotionally chaotic as they struggle with the distance you have placed between the two of you. This separation stems from their own actions, their back and forth behavior, their toxic patterns, and their inability to maintain consistency. They may not have realized the full impact of their actions at the time, but now, as they sit with the silence between you, they are overwhelmed with emotions. The weight of their own instability is becoming clearer, and they are beginning to recognize the role they played in pushing you away. However, despite the distance, their feelings for you have remained constant. They have never stopped thinking about you, and no matter how much time passes or who else enters their life, you are the one who occupies their mind the most. There is an undeniable intensity to their energy right now. They are sending you strong, passionate, and even sensual emotions, hoping that you can somehow feel their presence despite the lack of physical communication. The connection between you two is not just emotional, it is deeply spiritual, something they cannot ignore or easily let go of. Yet, while they feel this immense pull toward you, they are also terrified to face you in person. The thought of having a real, raw, face-to-face conversation fills them with fear because they know they must confront their own mistakes. They have tried to act as if distancing themselves was their own decision, but deep down, they know the truth. You stepped away because they gave you no other choice. Now, they are beginning to understand that in order to truly reconnect with you, they must first find emotional balance within themselves. They can no longer rely on temporary fixes, fleeting moments of passion, or hot and cold behavior. They know that if they want to be in your life again, they need to come to you with stability, honesty, and clarity. This realization is pushing them to reflect on their past actions and recognize where they went wrong. They are finally starting to accept responsibility, something they may have resisted before. If they have ignored you, blocked you, or shut you out in the past, they now feel a strong urge to reverse those actions. They are preparing to unblock you, reach out, and initiate a conversation. It is not just about sending a message, it is about breaking the emotional barriers they built and finding the courage to be vulnerable with you. They know they cannot keep running from their feelings or hiding behind their fears. The connection you both share is too powerful to be ignored, and they are realizing that no matter how far they try to run, their heart always leads them back to you. Along with this emotional turmoil, there is also an underlying sense of happiness and anticipation. It feels as though both of you have been missing each other deeply, longing to see one another, and craving a meaningful, heartfelt conversation. The silence may have been painful, but it has also given both of you time to reflect on what truly matters. There is an unspoken understanding between you, a mutual recognition of the love and connection that has always existed. Even if words have not been exchanged, your energies are still intertwined, pulling you back toward each other in ways neither of you can fully explain. Your partner is beginning to see that time is irrelevant when it comes to true connection. There are no limits to the bond you share, no external forces that can truly separate two souls meant to be together. Nothing can stop them from loving you, no matter how much time has passed or how much distance has been created. In their heart, they feel certain that you are their true soulmate. They believe that no matter what obstacles stand in the way, the love between you is strong enough to overcome them. However, they also understand that love alone is not enough. They know they must prove themselves, not just with words but with actions. They need to show you that they are willing to change, to grow, and to become the person you deserve. They are beginning to grasp that love requires effort, consistency, and emotional maturity. They cannot simply rely on passion and longing to bring you back. They need to be ready to meet you at the same level, offering you the stability and respect that this connection deserves. At this moment, they are standing at a crossroads. One path leads back to old patterns, the cycle of distance, fear, and uncertainty. The other path leads to healing, transformation, and a deeper, more meaningful connection. They are realizing that the choice is theirs to make. If they want to be with you, they must step forward with honesty and vulnerability. They must show you, through their actions, that they are ready to build something real and lasting. In their heart, they already know the answer. They know that they want you, not just in passing moments, but in a way that is real and lasting. They know that the love they feel for you is not something they can replace or forget. They are preparing themselves to take that step, to face you, to speak their truth, and to fight for the connection they have always known is meant to be. Soon, you may find yourself hearing from them again. Not just in fleeting messages, but in deep, honest conversation. They are gathering the courage to reach out, to break the silence, and to finally express everything they have been holding back. No matter what happens next, one thing is certain: they have never stopped loving you, and in their heart, they believe they never will.